It was a bit of a turbulence coming to London. I guess the new environment brought in a lot of changes that was a bit difficult. The weather, the hectic cities, the busyness.
To see second generation Africans do these things, like start their self-discovery journey, is so inspirational, and you're such an inspirational
Thank you.
Woman.
Thank you. If there is anything happening that doesn't seem to be of my favor, I always have to, bring myself within, back to self, and simply just talk to myself as things are happening in order to ground myself. It's almost as if talking to a child.
Nice to meet you, Marcia.
Nice to meet you too, Gladys.
Okay, can we just start by you introducing yourself?
Yes, so my name is Marcia Annor. I am a 30-year-old artist based in London. I create spiritual artwork based on the theme of oneness, unity consciousness, and art that helps bring people together, art that helps to raise the level of consciousness of humanity. So my artwork involves a lot of nature, a lot of stars in the universe. The nature represents God in its highest form here, and then the stars in the universe represents us in our highest form. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Wow, amazing. I actually got goosebumps by that introduction. It's so powerful.
Thank you.
So before we continue, is it okay if I refer you as second generation? Or
yes, of course.
So can you just introduce your background?
Yes,
please?
So I am originally from Ghana, West Africa, and I came to London when I was about 5-6 years old. I do still remember being in Ghana, but I think most of my roots are still there, but I'm still, I would say, integrating into London, even though it's been quite a long time. I have to admit that I don't have a specific place that I would say I call home.
Yeah.
Because although I lived in Ghana, it was a short time, and although I've lived in the UK for longer, it doesn't necessarily feel like my home either.
Okay.
But I'm still grateful to, be able to be part of both worlds. I think I can learn a lot from that and integrate that into my artwork.
Absolutely amazing. That is so amazing. So let's go to like your childhood. Can you take us back how it was growing up?
My childhood was pretty great. Back in Ghana, I was moving around a lot, traveling a lot to different places, seeing different things, spending time with different family members. So I was learning a lot, especially from my grandparents. They looked after me very well. They taught me French, English. I've forgotten most of the French, but I remember a few things here and there. Growing up, it was a really good childhood. I played a lot. I had lots of friends. And it was a bit of a turbulence coming to London. I guess the new environment brought in a lot of changes that was a bit difficult. The weather, the hectic cities, the busyness. But I think my parents did a great job in, taking care of me and helping me to integrate. I also have 2 brothers, one younger, one older. So I wasn't alone, which was great. So yeah, my childhood was really good. In high school, I was really focused on artwork. Initially, I began drawing because of my older brother. He's gonna love this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to see him draw Dragon Ball Z characters, like anime characters, and I really thought it was so cool. So I started copying him, and I realized that I really enjoyed drawing. So I just kept at it as a passion. And in school, my teachers would continue to push me because they saw some sort of talent. So yeah, that would say is the beginning of like me really going into the artwork, getting motivated from my older brother, and then getting encouraged by my peers and the adults around me.
Yeah, that's so amazing. So, do you feel like it helped you at all connect with your heritage, or your lived experience, the artwork?
So specifically my heritage in terms of Ghana, not necessarily, no. I would say the art was mainly more for myself, right? For me to be able to express myself, and to just be creative. Funny enough, my artwork has never really had anything to do with specific culture or background. It's purely just been me sharing my creativity.
Okay, that's amazing. And what career path did you originally start with, if you don't mind me
So,
asking?
yeah, I studied animation at university, and then I went straight into freelancing, doing animated music videos. And after about a year, I transitioned into just doing illustrations, just drawing, mainly because I realized that I enjoyed just drawing rather than making things move. And I would post a lot on social media. And that brought in a lot of traction from people around the world wanting, book designs, logos, portraits. And yeah, I started to take it more seriously because people seemed to really like what I was doing. And eventually I started making book covers for Penguin Random House and some projects for Tumblr and major companies like that. And I've stuck with it, since I started in around 2014. I have been going back and forth a little bit, so I kind of switched careers a little bit and went into massage therapy because it was something that was presented to me that I really enjoy doing. I believe that us human beings have multiple talents,
Yeah.
right? We have multiple gifts, and it's always fun doing different things just to understand who you truly are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went into massage therapy for a couple of years, and I still do it here and then. So yeah, that's the two main careers that I focused on.
Oh, wow. So, what age group are you, if you don't mind me asking?
So I am 30, and I started the art, like the spiritual art, when I was 18,
Oh,
around
wow.
18 years.
Is
Yeah.
there anything that made that manifest or experience that made you like switch?
Honestly, I think yes. So after a certain age, I started questioning my life. I think I started at the age of around maybe 12, 13. I started questioning my reality, who I was, why I was here, what did this all mean, where did we come from, just questions to really understand myself and the world that we live in. And when you ask questions, the universe usually answers you in some way. And I think the universe was giving me the answers through my artwork.
Wow.
So I would just, sit on a computer and draw. I wasn't really being specific in terms of the subject matter. I would just sit there and draw, and whatever came out would come out. Some would say I was channeling. And after a while, I noticed that there was a theme, right? The theme was oneness, the theme was unity, the theme was, expansion of consciousness. It had to do with something about God, about the universe. And it's just something that naturally flowed. It wasn't something that I was specifically thinking of doing. I think it comes from me, right? So I believe that I am everything and everything is me. There is no separation. So it literally comes from within me. Some could say it comes from my DNA, right? My ancestors. Some could say it comes from the unseen, but all of those things are me, right? They're aspects of me. So yeah, it's really interesting being able to find inspiration from yourself, right? And when I say yourself, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about
Absolutely.
you as literally everything. So yeah, that's definitely where I think it comes from.
It's absolutely amazing. And for someone like myself who has a Christian background but no longer practices,
Yeah.
And I've had to also go through a personal journey, like discovering myself, I am. So I find that very, very intriguing. Was your family Christian before, or
Yes.
what did they practice?
So yeah, Christians. Growing up, we went to church every Sunday, and it was just a routine, like a monotonous routine. And I remember I would go to church, and I didn't like the priest would be talking about God, right, in these scriptures, but I didn't feel any sort of emotional connection at all. I found the stories interesting, but there was some sort of void. Like I didn't feel any connection. And because of that, I would say I was Christian, but I wasn't really.
Yeah.
It was just a
It's
title
just
given.
something that
Yes.
you kind of found in your family being practiced, and then you
Yes.
just went along with it. Because
Exactly.
as a child, you're being guided by your parents, and
That's it.
you're going by what your parents are telling you is the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's so inspirational. And to see second generation Africans do these things, like start their self-discovery journey, is so inspirational. And you're such an inspirational
Thank you.
woman.
Thank you.
So obviously we have a big audience of women in the diaspora that may be struggling with this, women from Africa or second generation, even young people who are struggling with the same question of, who am I, and what is life about, and also maybe spirituality, self-discovery. What advice would you give them if they have like a Christian background or a Muslim background or any other religion background? Or what's advice would you give?
So the number one thing I would say is to trust yourself and that you're not crazy. That's the number one thing I would say. Trust yourself, because only you know you, right? Only you know who you are. Other people have their own lives that they're living, right? It doesn't matter whether the masses are doing one thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that thing is right, right? That just means it's something that we've all agreed to do. But you yourself in your own being, you have enough power within you. You come from where we don't know, but we know that you come from something that is beyond words, right? You are more powerful than you can ever imagine. We are magnificent beings. And I believe that we all have a compass within us that will lead us towards where we're meant to go. So it's all about following your intuition, listening to yourself, your gut instinct, and not feeling so overwhelmed by what society tells you to do. Because if you look at the state of the world that we live in right now, as a society, it doesn't seem like we're doing things right. It seems like things are going a bit downhill. So it's okay to not do what everyone else is doing, to not believe what everyone else is believing, and have your own way of thinking, your own way of living. You came here to be a divine expression of the universe. So be that, right? Don't be afraid to be that instead of dimming your light and following the crowd.
Wow. Have you always been this confident in what you know and believe?
No, no. I would say with experience and over time, you start to learn more about yourself, who you are. So I don't think it's always been within me, my DNA, my cells, but I haven't always consciously been confident about myself. And I think what really helped was me going through certain experiences that validated who I was. And also the support from my artwork. It just validates me as a person and has helped me to realize that being who I am is okay and to be confident in who I am. So yeah, it took a bit of experience, but I'm grateful to be here.
And at 30, that's so inspirational, so inspirational. So, what helps you stay grounded?
I have a very optimistic mindset. I would definitely have to say that it's my own way of thinking that keeps me grounded. So if there is anything happening that doesn't seem to be of my favor, I always have to, bring myself within, back to self, and simply just talk to myself as things are happening in order to ground myself. It's almost as if talking to a child, right? You talk to yourself, and meditation also helps. Just sitting in silence and letting my thoughts, come and go without necessarily attaching myself to it or reacting to it. There's a power that comes through when you're just observing the world instead of reacting.
Absolutely.
Another way that I ground myself is by making art because it helps me to be present. I also like to be
definitely. Like with art, like you have to be present if you want to create good work, right?
Exactly. It's almost as if it's a meditative state that I get into. So, the thoughts might be loud and noisy, but as soon as I start the artwork, it's just me and the art. It's pure silence, and I'm exactly in the present moment. I also like to just be in nature. One of my favorite things to do is to go hiking, walking for hours, or to just lay on the grass and let the sun do whatever it needs to do. I love sunbathing, so yeah, that really helps to ground me as well.
Yeah, what about like at this time when there's not much sunshine? How do you stay positive and creative?
Yeah, some things I do is I listen to affirmations a lot. Sometimes I'll go days on end, not really listening to music, but listening to just affirmations the whole day to pretty much. I wouldn't say it's kind of like a brainwashing, but it's almost as if I'm in communication with my subconscious mind all the time.
Yeah.
In order to just, it's like a machine. So in order to feed it the most positive things that I want to experience in my life. So that's one of the major practice that I do. In the wintertime, I try to do things that help ground me. So receive massages, do yoga, spa sessions, that type of thing. And also journaling.
Yeah.
Journaling really helps. So and having a gratitude journal. I make sure that I write 9 things I'm grateful for before I go to sleep. Because no matter what happens throughout the day, it's always good to end it on a positive note.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you take me through a creative moment, like when you're just about to create your art? Can you take me through from when you get started to when you finish? How is that process like?
Yes. So I usually have a theme in mind. So my artwork is all about oneness. So I usually start with keywords. So it could be about homelessness, right? I have a vision of people or someone helping homeless people. It could be about love, right? And that pertains to romantic, friendship, parental, any subject that has to do with oneness, right? It could be about being in nature, connecting with nature. And then once I have the subject, I actually draw it digitally first. So for example, let's say I want to do a homeless painting of a figure helping someone on the floor. I'd have the image in mind of the figure, the person, the background, and then I draw it out on the computer first. Then I start adding color and adding glow and light ray effects. So everything is done digitally first. And then once that's done, I pick a canvas size and I use acrylic. The first thing that I usually do is paint my canvas black, both digitally and originally, because I believe that everything is created in the darkness. Um, Life comes from the dark, and in order for the light to come through, the darkness must come first. So I will start on the black canvas, and then I just look at the digital drawing on my iPad, draw it out with a pencil on the canvas, and then I start, adding the line and the color and yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Do you mind showing us some of the artwork?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
So one of my I think most popular artwork is called Divine Union. And it's pretty much a simple concept. 2 figures hugging. And for me, I always like to represent balance. So the divine masculine energy, the divine feminine energy coming together to be one. I add the stars in there because for me, the stars represent us on a higher level of consciousness, right? We are made of stars. We are the universe itself. And the darkness of self itself represents originality. Everything comes from the dark. And the light, the golden light, I would have to say that the golden light to me represents the sun. For we are people of the sun. We are the sun itself manifested in human form. And because women are usually warmer energy, more softer energy, it just made more sense for me to make the woman yellow and the man white.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you show us another one? Just a quick, yeah. And then also kind of like let us know how we can like commission if we want to buy your art. Is the process like?
This is another one here, simply about meditation. I always draw human beings anatomically and without clothing because I don't believe we are skin color or the material clothes that we wear. We are purely just light. And I always make sure to include some sort of nature somewhere because what are we without nature, right? We are also a form of nature.
Absolutely.
And in order to commission me or buy a painting, the best way to reach me is through social media. Marcia's Divinity on pretty much all platforms. And you can always send me a message over there, or you can email me at marciasdivinity@gmail.com. So yeah, this is another painting of the Merkaba, which is known as a star of transportation.
That's so deep. I've never heard some of the terms as well. So that's so cool. I'm learning a lot actually, Marcia. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And this is a painting I did about homelessness. It's just a figure. Now these figures of light are not, a lot of people think they're angels or people outside of them, but they're actually, for me, they actually represent human beings. They're actually human beings in the highest form.
Amazing.
As literally just pure light. No clothing, just in the
and we
purest...
can be that, right?
Yeah. So literally, whenever you see someone helping someone else, to me, that is them representing humanity in its highest form. I felt as if I added a skin color or clothing, it might feel like I'm representing a certain culture or a certain group of people. I have done that in the past. So some of my really old work, I did add skin tone and whatnot. I experimented with a lot of different styles over the years, and once I got to this style, it just made sense for me to. I felt like I had arrived. You know, it's another painting.
Absolutely love
of homelessness.
Let me know, Marcia. Why is this homelessness theme coming up all the time? Is there an experience or specific moment that?
So I've never been homeless, but I feel as though it's absurd. Like the idea of it is absolutely, like, it's ridiculous. That the planet is huge, and as human beings, we can easily fix that issue.
Yeah.
Right. It just baffles me how not everyone has a home in their home. Like, our earth is our home, but not everyone has a home in it. So for me, it's important to bring awareness, right? Anything you can do, because I don't believe that anyone should be on the streets at all. It doesn't matter what they've done, what they've been through. Yeah, there's always a story to them there, right? Now, of course, some people can say that some people become homeless because of their own fault and drugs and whatnot. I do definitely understand that. But still,
Yeah.
still, like, I still believe that it doesn't matter, how they got there. People can have the opportunity to rise up from whatever circumstances that they're in with the help of all of us
All of
together.
us, yeah. And I liked how you painted the, us glowing, right?
Yeah.
In yellow. Like, we don't have to wait for angels, right? We can be those angels and we can share that light. So
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful and powerful message
Thank you.
that you're passing on to humanity.
Yeah.
And we are very privileged that you're sharing your work with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. What would you tell your younger self? About identity, creativity, or, trusting your voice?
I'll tell my younger self that they are okay. That they'll be okay. Because I think growing up, what actually led me to really questioning my reality was I used to have extremely severe social anxiety, to the point where I couldn't get on public transport. I didn't really want to leave the house, right? It was quite severe. And it brought me to a state where I was like, well, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? And I was in that place for quite a while, and making art really helped me. So when you're in that state, you feel like things are always going to be that way, that you're always going to be that person. And I would definitely say to my younger self, you're going to be fine, just take your time, love yourself, and be as creative as you can, and trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're doing exactly what you're meant to do, and you're exactly who you are meant to be. So
Absolutely.
it's all about just trusting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So what's next for you, Marcia? And this is going to be like the last question. And how can we support your work?
So what's next for me is I'm going all in, as they say.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. What's next for me is pretty much for me to get my art out there as much as possible, and continue to share the message on a bigger, grander scale, to really hone in on my talent as a painter, to become a better painter, to create extremely large paintings. And 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet paintings of just light, right? And of oneness. That subject theme, just oneness, because I can see that there is an illusion of separation running havoc in our world. Man versus woman, black versus white, man versus nature. So I want to continue to create artwork that really helps bring people together, and help people to see that they are more than just human beings, and that they are a representation of the light that I paint. It's not separate for them. It's who they are.
Yeah, that is so amazing. I can't wait to see the amazing drawing, the giant drawings, just painting the world with love and light is just going to be so amazing. And I just love that you're my first guest and we are getting to share this. So I'm also like getting guidance on how I should move forward, right? So this is just so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I did have visions of my artwork in like hospitals and schools, and and I kind of put that to the side. But now I'm realizing that it's what I'm meant to do, right? I really have to just do it.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you too.
Thank you.
Like, you can't be advising other people on what to do and you're not doing it yourself, right?
That's it. That's it.
So that's so amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see more of you. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
And thank you so much for coming here and sharing your light with us.
Thank
And
you.
this is such a highlight, actual moment for me.
Yeah.
And definitely we'll remember this for generations to come.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I think you're doing it in a fantastic job, bringing people here and sharing their stories. And I'm very, very grateful to be a part of it. So thank you for being you, and sharing your light with us all. And I'm very excited for you,
Thank
right?
you.
And I look forward to seeing all the magical people that you invite and the magical
Absolutely.
things that you share with us. So
Absolutely. I'm sure that this is not going to be the last time
yes,
because I feel you have something to share with our world, our community. So definitely this is not going to be the last conversation we have and also interaction because the main aim for the podcast is not just to sit here, is also to go out there and be a community and encourage each other in a personal level.
yes,
So yeah. Okay. So with my audience, they are mostly diaspora women who have maybe their background is Africa or Caribbean. What is your message to them, to that daughter of diaspora listening to us right now?
my message to them would be: don't forget where you come from. Um, don't forget your roots, and it doesn't matter where you go. Remember to integrate your roots in the new place that you're in. Try not to be too overwhelmed by other people, other culture. Continue whatever practices that keep you grounded in who you are and where you come from. And yeah, just be yourself. Be yourself, because being who you are will always be an inspiration for others. As they say, all life comes from Africa. All life comes from you as a Black woman. You have so much power. You have so much to share with us. And it doesn't matter what is happening in this world. Please don't be afraid to share your light with us all.
Amazing. So beautiful. I feel like crying. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you.